Hi guys. So today we're going to be talking about a type of Latin American folk art that are called nichos. So nichos are mostly prevalent in Central and South America. And what they are mini altars or shrines that resemble shadow boxes. They're mostly created with reused and found objects. And when they first came about, they commonly depicted a lot of Catholic elements, right? Because they came about from when the Spanish came to Central and South America and they tried to convert the indigenous people. And so they would create these mini biblical scenes. But then when the indigenous people, they added their own elements to it. So sometimes they'll have Catholic saints, but they absolutely don't have to. A lot of times in Mexico specifically, it's actually Dia de los Muertos imagery. So as you'll see in this slide, there's a mini, and these are tiny, they're really small. This is a nicho depicting an ofrenda. An ofrenda is when family members and loved ones create an altar and they leave food and their loved ones' favorite objects, for example, their deceased loved ones, because they believe that during Day of the Dead, their loved ones come visit them, right? So they'll have an altar dedicated to that loved one. So this nicho depicts Dia de los Muertos. This next slide is a better example of what ofrendas are made up of. So some common elements that you'll see, sometimes ofrendas will have nichos. And in this slide, in this picture, it's hard to see, but there is a very tiny nicho on the bottom left of the picture. There's always pictures of the loved ones. Like I said before, the loved one's favorite food. If it was a child, it will have the child's toys. And marigolds are very common as well. So Dia de los Muertos is a holiday that combines pre-Hispanic Aztec beliefs with Roman Catholic beliefs from the Spanish colonization of Mexico. So we've been talking about Mexican nichos specifically so far, and that's why I'm focusing so much on the Dia de los Muertos imagery aspect of it. And like I said, they're usually boxes like mini dioramas, but as you can see in this slide, this is in the shape of a cross, right? So you can get really creative with the actual shape of the nicho. Mexican nicho exteriors are usually made out of aluminum or wood. And a lot of times, as you saw with the first slide, they'll have miniature calacas, which are skeletons, and they'll be made out of clay, plaster, or paper mache. And then this is an example of a larger Dia de los Muertos nicho that's like a triptych. So it has doors that actually open and close, right? So you can get as fancy as you want with a nicho. All right, so the origin, as I mentioned before, it's very much influenced by, colonization. So this is the inspiration, the Roman Catholic retablos. They're way more detailed, right? Because usually you'll see this in a church. So they're usually oil paintings or sculptures that are made on wood, tin, or copper. And those will definitely feature Catholic elements, right? And biblical scenes. They're placed behind altars in Catholic churches, and they date to the early Middle Ages. So, very old. And they're definitely not exclusive to Hispanic countries. You'll see these in a bunch of Roman Catholic countries, right? And then, as I mentioned before, priests use nichos to depict these biblical scenes and to try to evangelize and convert the native populations. I also wanted to talk about Peruvian retablos because it's a similar situation where Catholic priests went around Peru with miniature dioramas depicting biblical scenes to try to convert the natives. And so you'll see how different the Peruvian retablos are. A lot bigger, and they almost always have these hinged doors. And the Mexican ones typically have a glass encasing, like it's a box in a glass encasing. The Peruvian retablos will have the hinged doors. They're portable wooden boxes that also mix Catholic and indigenous elements. So very colorful. And then this one, there's a very popular Peruvian artist named Maxiamo Ochante, and he does a lot of these really intricate Peruvian retablos. This is a close-up of a scene of a Peruvian retablo, and you can see that the figures are a lot more complex. They don't use calacas usually because they don't have that Day of the Dead element. It's usually people that are, you know, with dynamic movements. There's a lot of, there's just a lot of movement, a lot more facial expressions, and more detailed environments than your traditional Mexican nichos. And these are cool. I've seen a lot of my examples do depict biblical scenes just because that's where some of these originated, but you'll see retablos and nichos that depict all sorts of things. Family life. I've seen some Peruvian retablos that depict storefronts, you know, it's just like a little market. Anything you put your mind to, you can make it. And it's really cool because a lot of the elements are so small, so you have to make like tiny, like if you're making a market, you're making a tiny little cash register, a tiny, you know, so you can have fun with it. You can choose. When we make our nicho today, you guys can absolutely choose whatever theme you would like. And this last slide here are just the instructions for how to make one. So I'll go over them and then we'll actually make a nicho. So you grab a metal tin, and like I said, it's reusing a lot of objects that you already have lying around. So if you have an empty Altoid tin, that would work perfectly. If you have some other small encasing, I mean, whatever works. But for today, we're going to be using an emptied out Altoid tin, right? So you're just going to decorate it however you want, really. What I did in this example here is I glued glitter onto construction paper, and I cut the construction paper to match the size of the tin, and then I just glued it down with school glue. And then I wanted to decorate the sides, so I wrapped some yarn around that orange yarn. I wrapped it around the inside of the tin. For some of the heavier elements, I like to add 3D elements, so you'll see the skulls at the bottom, reminiscent of the Dia de los Muertos imagery. So for those heavier objects, you do want to use hot glue. But for the pictures of the skulls that I have, you can just use school glue. So we can get started with our nicho creation. This is an example of a nicho that I've made before. We're gonna make one a little bit different today, maybe, I don't know, it depends on whatever you're feeling, whatever the vibes are. But yes, I have those 3D elements, the yarn, all of that. So, and the crazier and more colorful it is, the better, right? So I like to have a little placemat area because I use a lot of glitter and it does get really messy. So I'm gonna hopefully catch some of the glitter here. Yes, so this is our empty Altoid tin, right? So first, let's do the inside. I do construction paper and then I glue some glitter onto the construction paper. I don't know what color I want to do. Maybe I'll do blue-ish? Sure. Okay, so this part is actually not as easy as it seems. You gotta trace the tin, right? So you can make sure the paper actually fits in there. But this trace is a little bit bigger than it actually is, so I cut kind of inside the lines. But it's fine, we're gonna cover it with glitter. Nobody is going to know. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And we're gonna do 2 of these. If you wanna do different colors for the top and bottom, totally go ahead. Okay, let me just make sure it actually fits, because maybe I have to cut it more. See, it's kind of got a little bit extra space, so I'm literally just eyeing it. So I'm gonna cut off a little bit more at the top. Perfect. There's a gap, but it's fine. Okay, and then let's do that again to get the other side. I usually wouldn't use marker, I just kind of find a pencil, but pencil's probably a better idea. Okay. And then just do that again. This is just to have a base to glue other paper objects on if you're gonna glue an image like I did here. Great, amazing. Okay. So now, do I want to glue it? I think I'm gonna go ahead and glue this down. And for that, I just used school glue. I think I'll glue this bit here. That's probably too much. It's fine. And then just push that thing in there. Okay. Should have brought towels. Let me just make sure this is. Okay, so for the image, you can print stuff out. I found some free printouts online from this one teacher person, and you can also use magazine cutouts, your own pictures that you have lying around. Honestly, use whatever you'd like. But I'm gonna use some free printouts I found online because they're Dia de los Muertos imagery, but I don't know exactly. And you might have to resize. I printed various versions. I think I want this couple though. And you can just, here, I have a smaller one. This one's smaller. And I try to find images, so like monarch butterflies, for example, are a big element in Day of the Dead. You know, the monarchs migrate to Mexico. They migrate to Michoacan, which is where my parents are from. But yes, so that's why they're really popular to see with Day of the Dead, because they make their way to Mexico. And it's reminiscent of like family coming to visit, right? Because that's the whole idea, is your loved ones are coming to visit you. If you want to reshape the image too, like I'm kind of rounding out the edges, but okay, I think I'm gonna do that. And then for the bottom, I think I want this. So when you see the fancy skeleton with the hats like this is a Catrina. Catrinas are supposed to, it's kind of like the native Mexicans making fun of the Spanish. So that's why they look so fancy. Catrina means like fancy, you know? So, but it's a reminder that it doesn't matter. We all, you know, memento mori, you know, like, you know. So I'll have her here. It's really fun because you really do not have to be precise. It's very DIY. Right, and in the PowerPoint slide I showed you guys for the first slide that showed the Mexican Nicho, y'all saw how there was so much glitter in that, so many shiny objects. I love that. So we're going to do, I don't know what glitter to use. I think I'm just gonna put glitter to frame the picture and not so much on the sides. I think I'm gonna do orange glitter. And I think the chunkier the glitter, the better. Yeah, and I just kind of I don't know if it took. Did it take? We'll see. And we're big on reusing. So I'm gonna put this glitter back in the box. Okay. And then I'm gonna fill up some space on the sides because it's so empty. This part, you just have to, I learned this the hard way, so I'm gonna wrap yarn around here, but I didn't go up too high because when you cover the hinges, it no longer closes. And I think that's part of the cute appeal to it, you know, that's like portable. So I'm gonna try my best not to put anything to cover the hinges. So we're gonna stop short. But I'm gonna go ahead and glue the sides. I think I'll cut it at the end. Your fingers will get messy. I like this yarn because it has like an ombre effect. Right, so it's kind of light orange, yellow, and then dark orange. Maybe I should cut it. And then to make sure it stays, I think we're gonna add some glue at the end. You just layer it. I think I'll go one more round because we're about to touch the hinges. I might put more glitter because now it's just glue there. Oh yeah, or maybe the flowers? I don't know. Should I do pom-poms? Oh, these are so small. What would you do? A lot? Okay. We're gonna put a bunch of pom-poms to cover up some more of this empty space. Something else I learned through trial and error, I used larger pom-poms, but if they're too big, as you go, maybe try to close it to make sure that it actually closes. Okay, so we're gonna cover some of this empty space here. Put some glue here with some pom-poms. Okay, I don't know what I want to do with this bottom one. Maybe it's just some flowers.
fancy, so I think we just go all out.
Yeah. Let me dump some. Hello? I don't want to break them. Okay. I like this orange one because it reminds me of a marigold. Oh, maybe I should do just yellow. Maybe more pom-poms? Like 2 here? I don't know. I also have this chunky, like these type of glitters are cool. Maybe like a... Sure.
Like that.
Yeah. Maybe like one here and one there. Yeah, if you want to like plan it out a little before you glue stuff down. I think I'll do that. I think this is where we're going with it. Oop. Some of these I won't stay. Maybe we can hot glue them down too. Might work better. Maybe I'll put glitter here. Yeah. On the edges too. Okay, a different glitter. Maybe this like colorful one. Oh, that's a lot. This one looks very tropical. Yeah, and then we can uncover this flower. As it dries, maybe I'll try to uncover that flower. Okay, that's what we have so far. I want to add some skulls here. Maybe. I'm looking at the hinges to make sure I'm not going to cover them up. So right, the death element once again. Yeah. I think that Dia de los Muertos is great because it shows that a more positive relationship with death, right? Maybe not red. I feel like I got a lot of red. I think I'm gonna put 2 skulls, like one there. Orange, maybe pink. Like that maybe? Okay. Okay, so hot glue. I'm gonna... I want to get a lot. Sorry, it dries really fast. You do have to be, if you're using hot glue, be super quick. Okay, there's our little guy. Hi. Okay, I want another one. I think pink and blue is cool. And they don't have to, I mean, you can put it on its, this one, maybe I want it more on its side. I don't know. Pull that off. And if you need to hot glue some other stuff that won't stick, go ahead. Flower is hard to see, but I'm gonna try to frame it a little bit with some smush it in there. If you guys want to shake it around just to make sure stuff is attached, right? Because this is portable, right? So you want to make sure it'll last. I wouldn't close it quite yet, I don't think. I want stuff to dry a little before that. Okay, so maybe let's decorate the outside. So, okay, I'm gonna trace it again. Should I do yellow? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna have to close it a little. Okay, so I just traced this onto a paper. You can fold it and then cut, so you have two of them, right? And then this is just gonna be, I want some background. Maybe I should go darker because the glue shows up. We'll see. Okay, hot glue. Okay, I hot glued the corners. We'll see how well that works because I just don't want to get glue here because then you can really see it and it makes it all kind of damp. Maybe I'll do the whole corners. So I'm just talking. You can paint it. Just warning though, this is acrylic paint, I think. It just doesn't stick that much. I had to just squirt it onto it and use a brush to move it around. I didn't paint it. I literally just moved the paint around so that it's a thick layer. Because otherwise you would have to do one layer, let it dry. Do another layer, let it dry. But then you also get this like texture if you do it the way that I did it. So however you guys want to do it, you could maybe just use tape too. That's not what I've done thus far. Or you can just cut construction paper and hot glue that on. Different options. Okay, so now we're gonna decorate the outside. I'm trying to see, what's my front? I think this is my front. Yeah. Okay, so I found these little tiny picture frames. So we're gonna use one of these, two of these. And like I said, I cut out these little guys. Maybe I want them side by side. Maybe like a, and then I can cut to fit. Oh, they're sticky. Okay, here's our little guy. I think I will hot glue this just to be safe. Here's the hot glue. I'm just gonna, just the middle here, ish. Okay, we're committed. Maybe we should give him some flowers. So I'm gonna do glitter. We're gonna reuse this glitter. I'm honestly, whatever. We're gonna mix it up. Okay. And then we're just gonna have a border. And yeah, this you can use school glue. Maybe I'll do a lot of glue, like a thick border. And you can take your time a little bit more with the school glue. Okay, should I just grab it? Just to be sure, you want to cover it. Oh, that looks cool. I should have done the whole thing.
Really makes that portrait.
I know. Okay, let's see. Maybe we'll do the whole thing.
I'm gonna dump it out too.
Okay, we liked how it looked with the full glitter. Like I said, you just make it up as you go. So we're gonna go ahead and put glitter all over this, because it makes the portrait pop. I'm gonna add a lot. I'm just gonna use my finger to spread it around. I really wanna make sure it sticks everywhere. But, okay. I think this time, all right, I'm gonna funnel it. Our little guy's gone right now. He'll come back. Okay. Dump. There will be glitter that comes loose